Yo, yo, yo. Salute, man. Salute to y'all, man. Jumping in early, man. Y'all must still getting the notifications. So that means everything should be running smooth, man. Much respect to y'all, man. The first three in here. Pegasus, Ohio player, the pole master was happening. Chief Kokomo. What it do, big bro? You already know how we get down, man. Aboriginal Phoenix, much respect and salute to the rising transformational energy that you bring, man. Salute to y'all, man. Much respect, man. Y'all know how we do, man. AP, what up, man? You know how we get down, bro. Yo, we in here, man. I just wanted to do a quick rundown, man, of arriving in America, man. I don't think people really get it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't think people really understand, the levels of, you know, information and discernment you have to have with certain things. So it's about, you know, really putting your mind in the place of the situation and being able to, really sort things out if things could really happen or not, you know. So that's what we finna get into, man. I'm finna start off with my state or area, as I like to say, South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? It's different terrains, different landscapes that you gotta go through, and when you get here, you gotta definitely know where you're going. And a lot of these narratives uh are definitely kind of bogus when you really get to digging into them. Just ships arriving and walking through land and trying to, find gold or the land of milk and honey and the fruit world or, all these different stories we done heard of, how people wanted to come to America, aka Atlantis. Y'all know how we get down, man. We go ahead and take it all the way back to what these so-called you know, pre pre-store what you want to call what's the word I'm looking for, man? What they call the people that pretty much philosophers. Yeah, philosophers. You know what I'm saying? A lot of philosophers, have their own spin on, how things took place and what actually happened when people came to the Americas or whatever. Even with the conquistador stories, you know what I'm saying? It had to be somebody guiding somebody because you're not gonna know, what I'm saying? Like with a land so big and the different terrains and areas, wildlife, stuff like that, you're not gonna know exactly what to expect. So somebody gotta guide you into this. This ain't nothing that's, some strangers or some people just walk up on and just start scrolling and just finding everything that people got. Nah, it definitely wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely wanted to just kind of give, as much as a breakdown as I can of people arriving in America, also known as Atlantis, and what would they possibly see? What would they actually come across? What would they actually, uh, uh, you know, endeavor in? So much respect to everybody, man. Like I say, once again, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. If you would share the video to everybody that is interested. Uh, Anybody that wanna, you know, join in, just let me know. Uh, because I'm pretty much just gonna be running a breakdown of, like I say, the landscape, wildlife, how it would be if you actually came to a land you didn't know nothing about. So, shout out to Ladariel, man. Salute to you, to the God, man. One of the OGs, Black Wolf, definitely one of the OGs, man. Y'all know how we do, man. Just stay turned, stay enjoying yourselves. Make sure you always, do that. Cause I know stuff can get real eerie at times. And we just gotta make sure we keep ourselves in high positions as possible, man. So let me go ahead and share my screen for a sec, man. I just really wanna I ain't gonna try to be too long. Uh Try to be more so, maybe an hour and 30 or something. Who knows, man? But you know how we be, man. We can just rock it out. So, what I'm saying? If y'all can see, of course, this right here is uh land or use land cover of South Carolina from 1990, which is pretty old, of course. Yeah, I know I could have found one a little bit more moderate, but it ain't they haven't done too much of, geographical changes to the land down here, besides maybe building stuff, but ain't nothing too much change. As y'all see, you know, you got your major rivers, you know what I'm saying? Down in the middle, you got Broad River flowing into the Santee. Then you got the Catawba over here, more on the east side of the Carolinas, flowing down also into the Santee. And then you got the Saluda River, which is over this way. It also flows down into Congaree area. It's this area right here. I think is Milton, Milton Lake. And then, but the Congaree area is a real nice area, actually, man. This is where they got the Congaree National Park. It actually has uh, world records for having some of the tallest trees and the biggest trees or whatever in the world, and known as some of the oldest. You know what I'm saying? I might can find some images of that as well as we go through. But my main thing was just focusing on, what would somebody really see arriving in America? And I chose South Carolina because, this is where I'm at. So, and a lot of the stories of, the narratives, especially with the slave story, you got Virginia, South Carolina, and Louisiana a pretty good bit. I don't know, I done heard some uh up there in New York, Staten Island, whatever, Massachusetts or whatever. Um, these are what supposedly so-called, slaves were imported or whatever. Um, People who basically came to work or do business or however you want to look at it, man. The whole thing is, of course, just like I say, somebody had to be guided because if you even look on the coastline, just arriving from the coastline, as you see, you really ain't gonna run into nothing but a bunch of rivers and swamps. You see what I'm saying? So just by looking at this river, you know, that's pretty big. How you know which way you going? How you know which way to go when you get off the river? You know what I'm saying? Like, what exactly or how did you know which way to go? You see what I'm saying? It's more so even running into this, a swamp. You talking about all type of life, insects, snakes, you know what I'm saying, even gators, you know what I'm saying? Not only that, but knowing which way to go, not knowing how deep the swamp actually is or whatever in certain spots. You don't know if it's a hole. You don't know what size the catfish is. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. Uh, you just don't know anything. Spiders. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, snakes. You know, you just really don't know. I mean, it's more so, really taking place of what's actually going on. So let's say, okay, beyond all that, you know, you arrive in Virginia somewhere, North Carolina, whatever. But this is still South Carolina. So look at these mountains right here. You know what I'm saying? I think this is what is the mountain at? I can't remember what exactly because I already had these pictures loaded up. But I mean, just imagine really seeing this. You know what I'm saying? Like for your first time in life, ever coming to a land you don't know where you're going. All of a sudden, you see this. You was walking up a hill and now you see this. How you gonna know which way to go? You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's just be for real about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta know it had to be some type of interaction for people to know exactly where to go to meet other people at. You see what I'm saying? Even if people were staying in land like this, you know what I'm saying? This mountain wilderness, you still gotta know where to go. You still gotta know what to avoid. You see what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna have the proper nutrition and hydration to even travel through this? I mean, let's just be real, y'all. I mean, am I tripping? Is this like some simp stuff? Like, is this, should we even have to go through this? I mean, seriously, should we really even have to go through this? I mean, is it just me? Because a lot of people, I don't think they think about what really, you know, what really was taking place. You see what I'm saying? So, like I say, you talking seeing this, and then you might run into something like that. You know what I'm saying? A wild boar, a pack of them. You know what I'm saying? They might be looking for something to eat. You in their territory. They coming at you full speed, 30 to 40 miles per hour, and you don't know which way to go. And they coming at you head first. See if you zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? See that they on the top of their head right there is real spiky. Like their hair on boars. When you see a boar, like their hair is real tough. It's like thick, tough hair, and it's real spiky. So if they run up on you and say they go head first, the hair gonna stick you already, and then they gonna run with so much power and force they gonna knock you down. And yeah, they gonna start biting on you. Yeah, these things here bite for sure. And they, like I say, they will chase you. They'll chase you all the way out of their territory or the woods, just depending on how far you go or how you can lure them, to areas they might not can't run through as fast. But you better know what you're doing if you out in the wilderness, and you see one of these. I mean, let's just be real, man. This ain't no play game. You can't just be walking through nobody land no way without knowing nothing. You're gonna have to have lights. You know what I'm saying? Or let's just say for a runaway slave, right? A runaway slave. So a runaway slave will have to, you know, definitely know which way to go because you ain't doing nothing but running. So if you run straight into one of these or a pack of these, you see what I'm saying? Or you run into something like this, just standing there or just sitting there, about 4 or 5 of them looking at you, you better know how to walk off and walk away. You see what I'm saying? Now the mountain lions and the wildcats, they're not known for attacking people, in a sense, because more than likely they just going they'll more than likely run away from you if you're not like trying to corner them, or if they're not actually hungry or anything. The wildcats like this don't usually stay hungry. They gonna find their prey. You know what I'm saying? One thing you could definitely take notes of if you are traveling through any wooded areas, wilderness or whatever, mountains, check for claws on trees, uh of course footprints, you know what I'm saying, if you can. But claws on trees, like claw marks, showing a tree that's been clawed. That's usually how they mark their territory. And even just with that, you let that'll let this ain't no small cat. You know what I'm saying? um I think bears may do it too, but I know these wildcats like this definitely do it. And this ain't the only kind, you know what I'm saying? This is like one of the major, like this is a tiger style wildcat. This is actually a tiger style wildcat known to be in South Carolina. Um, so I mean, let's just be real now. You might run into one of these, a bobcat. You know what I'm saying? They get pretty big. They can get up to about 2 feet, sometimes 3 feet, with the head height. Their frame can get a little long. But for the most part, you can tell by how long their legs are. They usually sit up higher than your average domestic cat. You know what I'm saying? Now the thing about bobcats is they're not too aggressive if they ain't hungry. But if they are hungry and you're not uh being aware of your surroundings, yeah, these they will attack you. Now the wildcats will attack you too, but they more than likely what I'm saying, it's kind of strange because they bigger, but they'll pretty much go on about their business in a sense. But these jokers right here, yeah, your best bet is just, what I'm saying, if they come your way, just, what I'm saying, toss them something, toss them some bread or something. If not, you might well, if they really coming for you, just try to get away. That's all I can say. Other than that, you ain't got to too much worry about them. They ain't gonna bother you. They're not gonna, chase you too far or nothing. But if you in their lane and they feel cornered, you better run because they coming straight for your face, teeth, claws, and all. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they raw just like that. So, like I say, once again, just running into something like this, you got to be pretty. You got to know the area, man. I mean, you're not finna just run and you know, or you're not just finna come on no land, and you're not prepared for something like that. You know what I'm saying? Now let alone you see something, like that, a black bear, which is very well known in South Carolina. I done had a few in my city, and we actually got it. This is a thriving town. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no, saying we ain't simpish like that. You know what I'm saying? But we got a nice town. You know what I'm saying? This is a city. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we done seen 2 or 3 black bears. I done seen 2 or 3 in my life. You know what I'm saying? By the hospital. Uh, it was one by some apartments I stayed at uh, on the east side of town when I was younger, and we saw one actually leaving a club one night, and we was passing the Krispy Kreme on a certain street or whatever, and just seeing one running across the street. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, it'll throw you for a loop because you like, nah, man, hold up now. 3 o'clock in the morning, you see a bear run across the street. You know what I'm saying? So imagine with, no buildings, not too many houses or whatever, just certain areas that have towns or whatever, not like today. Just imagine coming here and you really running up on a gang of these mugs. I mean, let's just be real, man. It's not, you're not gonna get too far. You know what I'm saying? Black bears will attack you. Now, they happen to be some of the nicest when they ain't as hungry. But if they looking for one of their youngins, or yeah, they feel like, you done invaded their territory. Yeah, they gonna run you up out of there, buddy. You better know what you're doing, cause they climb trees and all. So ain't no need to even trying to do that. You just gonna have to know what you're doing, buddy. Straight up. I don't mess around. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Bears, man. Grizzlies. Shout out to Grizzly Nation over there. AP. Yo, where you at, man? You know what I'm saying? Now not only that, you know what I'm saying? I know we kind of jumped over the swamps or whatever, but yeah, we got gators in South Carolina, man. 11 foot to 13 feet alligators. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you, like I say, once again, not knowing this land, not knowing, the geographical areas, you about to really have a bad day running up on one of these and you don't see it. I mean, it's pretty much a wrap. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather see a bear. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what to do. You know what I'm saying? With a bear, you pretty much just gotta just kind of stay calm, walk off, and act like it ain't nothing. That's with any animal, pretty much. But if you see they really about to, do something to you, yeah, your reaction time got to be swift. But one of these jokers right here in the water, you might not see that coming, homie. You know what I'm saying? You might just be trying to just say, hey, you know what? Hey, man, I done ran this far, man. We've been walking for hours. I'm thirsty. I'm finna go ahead and, you know, try to filter this water, have me a drink. You stick your arm in there, and next thing you know, you going in the water. You know what I'm saying? You all of a sudden your arm gone. You trying to swim up and you ain't got but one arm. You know what I'm saying? Now you getting bit on your back and your legs and stuff. Like, come on, man. Imagine that, man. This ain't what it is. This not. I just don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody came here, nobody went anywhere without somebody that they knew or somebody that could guide them. This is my objective of even just going through this simple stuff. I know this stuff everybody done thought about and said might have talked about, but you gotta really think about this. Nobody went anywhere without knowing something. I don't care where you from. I don't care how nomadic you is. You ain't that tough like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, ancient people, they thrive more, earthly, did things a little bit more raw. But I think that was so long ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's longer than what we could really imagine. Really knowing how to, deal with these type animals, you really got to know what you're doing. Now, you do got people now who hunt them down because they got the proper equipment to, catch them and hang them upside down and, you know, cut them and skin them so they can you know, sell the skin because the skin is worth a lot of money. I mean, I ain't gonna front alligator leather, whatever, alligator skin, anything. You know what I'm saying? Let alone talking about crocodile. Crocodile is even more expensive. But here or there, that don't matter. We talking about somebody who don't know what they doing when they arrive in America. You know what I'm saying? Because these jokers are everywhere, really. I mean, they're not just in South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Florida, Georgia, you know what I'm saying? North Carolina, anywhere on the coast, you're gonna pretty much see these babies. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna see these jokers, man. You know what I'm saying? So you fishing or whatever, you think you just gonna pull up, you know what I'm saying, somewhere and just post up fish, you know what I'm saying? Nah, you gotta know what's up. You gotta know what's going on, man. All right. Let alone, okay, the different types of snakes we got. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what snake pit, you know what I'm saying? Water moccasins, you see what I'm saying? Gardener snakes, you see what I'm saying? Like, we got them. So, and these, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, they be close to water, but nah, these snakes can come around you, even your house. So let alone just traveling through a wilderness, you know, of unknown land. You know what I'm saying? Just, let's say, traveling through something like that, you know, I mean, let's just be real. It's not going down. It's not. It's not, people. It's just not happening, man. I mean, we just got to be completely honest about this. This is just, I mean, nobody is going anywhere without guidance. I mean, you got to be a madman, anyway, to think you could just go and survive anywhere. I know we had one of the top survivors in the world call himself going to the Sahara Desert to survive. You know, just go out in the middle of the desert to survive. He thought he could do it, and then don't. Ain't nobody found that man. And it's sad to say, but you talking about one of the top survivors in the world, man. So I forgot his name, but y'all can probably look it up. Guy tries to survive the Sahara Desert and ends up missing. I think it's something like that you could type in. But I'm just saying, man. I mean, it's just you just gotta know. You gotta know your earth, man. You got to. There's just no way you gonna you know travel anywhere and not know what you're doing. So let's just say, okay, boom, we do travel, right? All right, boom. All right, so this is, of course, the American Indian Encyclopedia, man. Y'all know how we get down. One of my favorites, of course, a master source for really letting our people know how advanced and how civilized and cultivated we were as a people here in the Americas, you know what I'm saying? AKA Atlantis, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to get into the agriculture of it for a sec, man. I mean, so you talking about, like I say, arriving in America. All right. So if you go where people at, and like I say, we just did the terrain. We just went over the natural terrain of the land and animals, wildlife. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even look at the spiders and insects and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We just kept it simple. Just the land, the swamps, rivers, and the wildlife. You know what I'm saying? So now let's say you get to where some people at, you know, people who been here, aboriginals, the true Americans, the real Americans, you know what I'm saying? And you see agriculture, you know what I'm saying? You see a whole field of corn. You see a whole field of turnips, a whole field of squash. You know what I'm saying? You see a whole field of potatoes or whatever, right? Or you might see a yard with just like different sections of different types of, vegetation, you know, spices. You might even see some people with some, apple trees, some pear trees, you know what I'm saying? Berry bushes, muscadines and stuff in their yard. You know what I'm saying? And you arriving in America, you know, let alone, these people been doing this from 8,000 to 7,000 BC. So that would be 9 to 10,000 years ago, as they say, you know, when people supposedly came across the so-called Bering Strait, but it was supposedly a full throttle of agriculture going on from Mesoamerica, which is nothing but Central America, and the islands, South America, tropical forest, North American, Southeast, Northeast, and Southwest culture. So agriculture was definitely something that was being done all over the Americas. That's not we can't ignore that. So if we got this going on, people growing their stuff, and you just arriving here, but you see this. You see what I'm saying? You see this. You know what I'm saying? It says agriculture, the science of cultivating the soil to produce crops, arose independently in 4 areas of the world. 2 of them in the Western Hemisphere, in Meso and South America, forming based on corn, squash, and beans, began in the floodplain of the Tehuacan Valley of what is now Mexico in about 8,000 to 7,000 BC. And like I say, that's really just being modest. That's saying you can start from saying that at least 10,000 years ago, people was growing, vegetation, what I'm saying, hands on, knew what they was doing. So think about how many thousands of years it took for them people to even get to do that to that level. You see what I'm saying? So with all that going on, you talking about somebody from another side of the world really trying to come and see what's going on, or exploring around your land, or coming to, trying to see and be nosy. Like, it's got to be so much that was put into just trying to grow food and sustainability, as far as just, keeping it, keeping it up. You know what I'm saying? Being able to do it repeatedly. You know what I'm saying? Now, either it was one or two things. These people was living in complete harmony. Everybody mind their business. Then nobody bother nobody shit. Then nobody burn nothing up or nothing. Or, you know, it was just mainly people just dealing with each other and actually cooperating, as far as all over the world. I mean, it had to be either those two, just for something like this to be as advanced as it is, you know, talking about 10,000 years ago. So let's say, you a foreigner and you run into one of these fields. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't even seen none of the vegetation before. Or have you? See what I'm saying? Other than that, how you gonna know if you can eat it or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you know if you allergic to it or not? You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, like I say, nobody came to any particular place unguided. Like, it had to be to where somebody was either doing some type of business where they were trading, or sharing culture or whatever, or people was really just like on type of time, like, look, we gonna handle this, y'all handle that. You see what I'm saying? Like, it couldn't have been just anybody walking up and like, hey, I want to live here. How do I grow this and how do I grow that? Nah, I can't see that. I can't see that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. It's not. That's not reality to me. You know what I'm saying? It says at about the same time, manioc and sweet potato cultivation arose in the tropical forest of what is now Brazil and Guatemala. And potato-based farming developed in mountains, highlands of the Andes, and what is now Peru. So you talking about even growing stuff in the mountains? I mean, this is something that had to be known for thousands and thousands of years. It's that indigenous people living in the eastern woodlands of what is now the United States independently began cultivating goosefoot, marsh elder, which is suntweed, squash, and sunflowers. Eric knotweed, little barley, and maygrass, all seed producing grasses, were all domesticated. So you talking about us over here, where I'm at, eastern woodlands, the southeast. We had seeds to even grow different types of grasses and herbs and stuff like that. So who created the seeds? Where did the seeds come from? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, some things is just so beyond your time to where it's just like, you gotta just take it for what it is. This is something that's been going on for a long, long, long time. So nobody's, no, I can't see no foreigner coming to any area like this, just, grabbing up, snatching stuff and just putting their mouth on it. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know what it is. Like, it had to be some type of business affiliation, cultural sharing or something. Okay, that's yours. It's dirty. Get to your money. But y'all know, I mean, this is just something it's something we just should really just think about. You know what I'm saying? Uh, let's scroll down. Matter of fact, let's scroll up right quick. You know, we got this right here. I know y'all remember this, but I mean, let's really look at this. This is one of the biggest structures in North America that is, that was still standing. Uh, you talking about, like I say, you foreign. You come and you see something like, and this supposed to be at one of the state parks, but you come and see something like, one of these made out of adobe, you know, which is of course, we'll go up to it. Adobe, one of my favorites, man. A lot of the pyramids and uh different structures were made from adobe, man. Oh, I passed it. We done went over this a few times, man. Just put it on there right quick. Hold on, let me zoom out. That's the problem. Get it right. That's why I'm missing, because I'm sitting way. I got it. And it's zoom. There it go right there though. So they saying we was doing Adobe, 5,000 years ago, you know, and this is all over the Americas too. Adobe, which is a mixture of clay and water, said was one of the primary building material used by American Indians of pre-Inca Peru. Since he also pyramids, so you talking about just that alone, just using adobe, knowing how to make clay in enough clay to actually build a building, you know, over 100 or 200 feet high. I mean, you talking ladders, you talking scaffold equipment or whatever, you know, maybe even just uh, whatever equipment artists use to help shape and mold, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, let's be real, man. Like, no, like how we go from doing that to back primitive. Oh, when they got here, we were just all living on land in huts and stuff like that. But 5,000 years ago, people making their own clay mixture and just adding water to make a cement or brick type style of building or temple. I mean, let's just be real, man. Come on now. I know we doing like a rewind, but it's just to help people really understand that it's not that hard. You know, it's not that hard to see that a lot of things that are pushed is complete BS. You know what I'm saying? It's complete BS. Um, There we go. Eastern woodland between 3000 and 2000 BC. American Indians living in the eastern woodland developed different varieties of domesticated squash, including bottle gourds, which were used for utensils. In addition, they cultivated sunflowers, marsh elder, and chenopod. You know what I'm saying? So we just read that, but it was just kind of give you a little bit more of that or whatever. It was one more I wanted to get into in the A's right quick. We know about raised beds, uh, the almanac. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that's another one, of course, used for agricultural cultivation, knowing specific times and dates or whenever the seasons is ready for you to grow certain things. And y'all know it's the same. Like it's the same way like that for fishing too. There's certain seasons you want to fish for certain fish to keep the proper fish in rotation, so you won't just drain out all the fish. See, we never uh overdid anything here. As I see, we kept things right in this ecological pattern, you know, for us to endeavor in. You know what I'm saying? So let's just be real about that. Uh, I want to really get down to that's one of the calendars. Uh, what else was it I was gonna show, man? Yeah, right here. This was animals domesticated. So you see what I'm saying? Okay, so this is one of the oldest dates on here, man. You talking about animals domesticated animals, calculated at 13,000 to 10,000 BC. I mean, let's just be real. Now, I just showed y'all the wildlife. I just showed y'all some of the wildlife in South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Let alone everywhere else. But I just showed y'all some of the wildlife in South Carolina. So you talking about not being from here, right? And you get here and you see people, you know what I'm saying, with domesticated animals. Dogs, cats, they feed them. Somebody might have a little parrot or something. You know what I'm saying? A little hamster or something. You know what I'm saying? Little guinea pigs, turkeys, roosters. You know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, people, beekeeping. Um, you name it, dogs. You see what I'm saying? Uh, uh, people who had their hands on taking care of animals. You talking about 15,000 years ago. You know what I'm saying? This is calculated at least, they saying at least 15,000 years ago. People were breeding animals and taking care of them and feeding them. So, I mean, let's just be real. You're going to have to know how to feed yourself before you even feed an animal. So, how could the domestication of animals be older than the domestication of agriculture? See, that just let you know, but it's more so of the information you find. If, I guess you know, if you got information that can prove, okay, well, this right here is showing that animals were being taken care of 15,000 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But of course, it's not being shown where people been domesticating corn over 25,000 years ago. So that's why like the dates ain't technically literal. It's just saying like you can start from at least. You see what I'm saying? It says here, it says domesticated animals, 13,000 BC to 10,000 BC. North American, Mesoamerican, South American, and David culture. So it's all over the Americas once again. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it clear, it says animals are considered to have been domesticated when they are kept for clear purposes. The traits that they exhibit in the wild have been modified. Their breeding is controlled, and their survival depends on the humans who keep them. All right. Animal domestication is more complex than simply taming them. It necessitates selecting types of animals that have the temperament to remain close to humans and those that will provide benefit to humans. I mean, let's for real. Come on now. It says Indians began to domesticate animals in the Americas from 15,000 to 12,000 years ago. I mean, come on, man. What are we talking about, man? I mean, let's get a pause on that, man. I don't think, I really don't think people understand. So, like I say, back to the foreigner getting here. So you pop up in somebody's yard, and they got a field of crops. They got there a cage of turkeys and chicken or whatever. You know, some dogs. Might got a few cats running around, some horses or something, and you just gonna just, hey, how can I get some of this? Nah, no. Or hey, how did you get that? No, I don't. How you even talking to me and you ain't never been here? Who talking for you? You see what I'm saying? Like who? So so our language just went that far across the world and we didn't even know it. And y'all can talk to us. Is this for real? That's why I say, man, you know, sometimes we gotta just really go and examine things. Shout out to the Four Horsemen, man, AP, A1, Chief Holiday, you know what I'm saying? We got Medicine Man, you know what I'm saying? UB, you know, for the, you know, those who really see, you know, what I'm saying. I know a lot of people don't care about what was going on thousands of years ago, man, but I mean, let's be real. If we got something that can prove it, or for something that could take, give us the insight to this interest. I mean, why not? You know, this is what been happening to us all our life. You know, we've been getting told what everybody else been doing for hundreds of thousands or whatever, or 20,000 years or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't, I never heard of any other, you know, people domesticate animals to this level, you know, not to this level, you know what I'm saying? As far as I know, over there in Europe, they ain't do nothing but kill animals. That's why you don't see too much running around over there now. You know what they doing over there in Asia? They been uh they been eating bugs. So let alone, they just eat whatever. You know what I'm saying? They don't, Africa, you see how they do. You know what I'm saying? So, and we over here taking care of them. And we over here taking care of them. You know what I'm saying? Asians eat dogs. We take care of dogs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we grow our turkeys and stuff like that. Shit, turkeys can kill snakes. How about that? See what I'm saying? And the turkey, get old enough where, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, we might skin them up and fillet them. Yeah, because we raised them and we fed them and we know exactly what's in them. Everything that's ecologically based on this land is in that turkey. That's how we fed our animals, ecological style, not uh going way across the water just to find some food to feed the animals. Nah, we fed them right here off the land, like we fed ourselves. You see what I'm saying? It says the Muscovy duck says he also ducks. Muscovy said parrots and bees were also domesticated. So I mean, come on, man. What are we talking about right now? What are we talking about? People domesticating ducks, parrots. Who knew that a parrot could talk to you? Who knew that? Who found the parrot and started talking to it, and the parrot just said it back? Who did that? We did. Beekeeping. I mean, seriously, seriously. How many years did you think it took for somebody to realize that, hey, as long as I stay calm and take a few stings, these bees are gonna accept me and love me to death? Who thought of that? Come on, man. Who thought of this, man? You know what I'm saying? Who thought of this? You know what I'm saying? I just want to know. I mean, is it just me? I'm finna drop the link because I just want, you know what I'm saying? I just want to give people a chance to really give they what they think, they scenario. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I don't mind. You know, we ain't gotta be too long, but we can get it in for a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? We can get it in, and that's just, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, that's just looking at it based off arriving in America. You see somebody walking up on a whole farm of bees, and you walk close, and they straight up drag you. You damn near dead. You swole, knots all over your body. Now this man got to get all type of tobacco and stuff to throw on you, and hurry up and give you some type of antibiotic shot to get the to get the darn stings out of you and help you help you doggone. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be real, man. You see somebody raising some canines and you walk up on them and they snapping and barking on you because you ain't never done it before. You see these big horses in the field, people riding them and jumping off on them and jump back on the ride, and you try to get on it, throw you off because you don't know nothing. You don't know how to ride it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, let's be real, man. Like, what y'all think, man? Salute to the guys and goddesses, man, to the supremes out here. Y'all know how we do, man. It's more so just, keeping a keen eye, keep your mind clear, man, and really just staying afloat, man. It's a lot more that we can really get into just with the encyclopedia alone, but I mean, I really just want to kind of just, get people really examine, this type of information, or is it just like, nah, I don't want to say I did. My people didn't do all that, man. You know what I'm saying? We got our ass whooped, and so people took over us, and yeah, I lost my language and my land and all, man. And I don't even remember who my ancestors are, but I know I'm from this place that they telling me I'm from because they whooped my ass, and you know, they took everything from me, and they told me I was from here, so I know that's where I'm from because when they beat me up, you know what I'm saying? I just had to believe everything they said because I got beat up. Like, is that like people really believe that to get a check? Seriously, for a check though, for a check that you gonna do what with? You know, say you going back home with? You know what I'm saying? So people want a check to go back home with after getting beat up. Now they want to get paid some money. You see what I'm saying? Like it don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know how it be, man. I just felt like I needed to do that. You know what I'm saying? Even just looking at the different terrains in your own areas, just look at it and imagine somebody that don't know nothing coming to that area, just walking around wondrously, like, oh, I wonder what's here. I wonder what's there. Oh, well, let's go here. Let me take a bite of this pine cone. Since it looks like a fruit, I'll bite it. Like, really? I mean, come on now. This is what we talking about, man. It's just been a lot that I feel like, it's really simple to just, but fairy tales, man. That's why I say when you raise people off Christmas, Easter, uh, you know, fairy tale type stories and stuff, this is what caused them to end up believing it. You see what I'm saying? This is what caused people to just believe whatever they want to believe. You know what I'm saying? Because you said, hey, Santa Claus is bringing your gifts. And now all of a sudden they 30 years old, you know, believing that they got their ass whooped and that they never, had anything. But Santa Claus brought you gifts. Oh, but we were slaves. And yeah, we got took over here and there was nothing we could do about it. But Santa Claus bring you gifts every year. You see what I'm saying? Like it's the psychological evaluation of this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like even with the slap, right? Everybody, everybody, what I'm saying, everybody on the slap, you know what I'm saying, with Will and Chris. Will slap Chris, you know what I'm saying? Like that's some stuff I probably done like I had a homeboy named Will and I got a homeboy named Chris. You see what I'm saying? Now, how many Wills and Chris done fought ever in life that we know? I mean, let's just be real. That's but back to the psychology of it, uh it was more so I think, yeah, it's good that he represented that he gonna stand up for his no matter what everybody's saying and no matter what everybody think. You gotta do that in life. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the only spiritual connection I can really connect with it to is that no matter what you're going through, no matter what people say, no matter even what you've done, you gotta know to keep pushing and to keep your feet planted and to stand for what you're gonna stand for. Because that's what's gonna make you. That's what makes, the uniqueness about you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, uh, a lot of people don't necessarily become great people through trauma, but it's more so learning how to, react to the trauma. How did you overcome the trauma? How did you, overstand the trauma? Did you learn from that trauma to not ever go through that again? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's more so what, I get out of that. You know what I'm saying? The Oscars have been known for roasting, anybody can get it type, style. But the Oscars have also been known to neglect our people or anybody with any soulful uh energy or appearance or being, had a hard time of winning this so-called award. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if people get paid or if it's like you get like extra roles and like opportunities or something like that with the Oscars. I'm not sure. I'm not concerned. I've never been a really award type fan. My thing be more so, yeah, I don't mind looking at performances and laughing or whatever, but you talking about something that Kanye said boycott anyway. So I know a lot of people don't like Kanye. I know a lot of people ain't getting down with Kanye, man, but Kanye said, yo, boycott the Oscars. So imagine if Will and Jada did boycott the Oscars. Do you think Chris would have ever had the opportunity to speak on, her hair or whatever? I don't think he would have. I think it's more so obviously they gotta have some type of relationship or some type of association with each other because he done talked about a few times as far as getting an award or not being invited. Now he talking about a hairline and all that. When she clearly admitted that she had a disease as far as alopecia, and to me, it's more so it's the representation of not putting up with nobody's bull. That's what I can connect with. Now, as far as it really being like a slap, like I ain't gonna lie, Will Smith ain't no small guy. He from Philly. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard nobody from Philly slapping nobody. I always know somebody from Philly knucking or punching the hell out of somebody. So, so I don't know, man. But we know Will is a good guy, as what we seen, because he is sensitive. He gonna cry. He one of probably the best criers in Hollywood, probably. You know what I'm saying? Because he can cry at instant. Will is like he can cry. You know what I'm saying? And I think, I saw a little clip supposedly during the commercial break. Uh, they showed him taking a piece of tissue and wiping the eyes a little bit. So, Will one of them guys, you got people who get mad and upset. Then when they get so upset, they just shed a few tears or whatever. But the thing about it was, people just felt like I think when I think it's like because he did, he did kind of laugh at first, but I think it was more so okay. He gonna really, even if he laugh, he's still gonna let his wife's, honor as far as what he feel for her stand beyond that. And so he felt like he did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? I'll just leave it at that, man. It's really funny just seeing the different thumbnails of how people got different how people got different motions of the smack. Like some people got it right before, some people got it right after, some people got when his hand hit him on the shot. I just been cracking up over that, man, just alone. But it is what it is, man. Hopefully, I heard they worked it out or talked about it or was talking. I don't know what was discussed, man. I mean, hopefully them brothers, because everybody, like I said, I'm glad for the symbolism of, just standing up and standing up for what's yours, man, no matter what. I'm always down with that, man. And much respect to him, man. But it's been some things going on in my area too. So in my area, uh we had a thing, something went down like couple months ago, man. This girl went missing, man. It's Alexis Ware girl. Uh Me myself personally, I don't too much know her. You know what I'm saying? I have seen her, but I never did I ain't had no interaction with her. She younger than me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't really, I don't too many. You too younger than me. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm 35, so you know, some age groups just don't ain't hang with certain age groups. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I have. I used to see her around, whatever, and it was sad. She did end up missing. They still haven't got her. I think it's been like going on 60 days or like 55 days or something like that, man. Uh, but you done had people who've been pretty much investigating or examining the story. Um, from what I'm hearing, and I haven't looked myself. I know people probably feel like, dang, man, why you not, on that, but certain things, you know what I'm saying? Like certain things as far as like being involved in, um, when the streets talk, when you hear what the streets say, some things, some things you really just gotta let the family deal with, man. Uh, because some stuff is just so out of the norm and so unordinary to the point where you know if you got a family and you got a life, you know what I'm saying, you got your job or whatever, you got things you got to do. It's really like you leave it to the family. That's how the South is. You kind of leave it to the family. If the family asks for help in the area, then people in the area of the family do the helping. You see what I'm saying? It ain't like people just go out asking for help anywhere, because a lot of times stuff be so severe or so deep that it's really more so just keeping certain people safe, or just keeping certain things that people may even be into still to this day, you know what I'm saying, that may be involved with the family. Like, it's just certain things you just gotta, you gotta let people work it out the way they know how to work it out. Because when somebody go missing, you know, and if it was mine, you know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody, anybody I don't know, anybody I ain't seen is suspect. Mine, yeah, somebody of mine go missing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just really being able to get down to what happened and what was going on. But, that's why, I didn't really try to get too involved. Uh, but now, as far as trying to pinpoint what might have happened, just hearing over time, me for the longest, I really felt like uh she might not be gone or whatever. I felt like she could be somewhere, because supposedly she was in some street stuff as far as setting people up, or I don't know if she was getting people robbed. I don't know if she was, you know, taken from, guys that actually had something to take. I heard a few stories about her locking up certain individuals. Um, but it's more so when you hear stuff like that. Supposedly she was, had a, I don't know. I done heard all type of stuff. The streets say fans. She had a OnlyFans. She done been out here selling herself and all this and that, man. That's just what I done heard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no clue. But just hearing stuff like that, you know, uh, if she was doing that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying, then you already know people who involved in the streets like that. It's really, it really ain't too much you can kind of do about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you leave it up to their family and leave it up to who they was involved with, so they can, work it out. And if they need extra guidance or assistance, then let them do that, because like I say, you just don't really know what's at stake for certain people, or you don't know what certain people may be into, or certain people may be going through, or who they're involved with at the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so of that, man. And it's been a big thing because you know, she was supposedly last seen at a 7-Eleven store or whatever, and she ain't been seen since then. And supposedly she got children and all. So it's more so, really just, I mean, and like I say, anybody that's a mom, if you still in the streets and you a mom, I mean, you're gonna have to learn how to help yourself. And so many, like, I mean, yeah, people can say something or whatever, and but if you grown, you a mom, you got children, and you in the streets, you know, people, most people just gonna mind their business with you, man, because they gonna feel like, they don't want to get crossed up or be involved or tied into nobody's mess when you dealing with individuals like that. So most people really, what I'm saying, it's a separate, you know, it's not like the community separated, but it is like a separation of communities when you got like church folk and street folk. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the church folk don't deal with the street folk. And that's really all it is when you're dealing with my area. You see what I'm saying? People either going to church or they in the streets. So I know it's like that pretty much everywhere, but it's just that's just what it is. And church people, they don't try to, they ain't gonna try to. If you wasn't in church and you ain't going to church, they ain't helping nothing. And it's sad that the psychological level of our people really do abandon our people like this. If you're not with them, they'll even pray against you in my area. Now, if the people talking root works and all this and that, that's more powerful than anything. To have a whole church of people to look at one person and say, "Oh yeah, we don't deal with them. They not right because they don't believe what you believe or don't, choose to do things how you do." That's one of the worst curses ever, man. When you got your own people that got soulful pride in what they doing, and you say, "Hey, you know, I don't see Jesus, I don't believe in him," and they literally curse you like, "Oh, well, you going to hell if you don't start believing, you going, oh, you ain't nothing gonna go right in your life then." Oh, well, shoot, well, good luck with that, cause ain't nothing gonna go right with this. This is how people talk down here, and this is why you have to like, you gotta just mind your business and do you, because if you, like I say, if you in the church, you pretty much straight. You gonna have people around you that invite you to all type of stuff and events and go on trips and what I'm saying, retreats and resorts and what I'm saying, get invited to people's houses for dinners and stuff. Shoot, man, yeah, that's how they do. But let them know you in the streets, or they see you hanging around somebody in the streets, or you just done got in a bad situation. You got locked up one time for 2 grams of weed and you ain't been to church in 2 months, and now they saying you out here doing devil stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the type of stuff that's going on down here. You see what I'm saying? And it's sad. You know, it's just like even when a mama tell her son, like, "Hey, if you keep doing that, you gonna go to jail." Well, you really shouldn't say that. Cause guess what? If he go to jail, now you gotta be responsible for making sure he okay, because you said he was going to jail. Instead of just tell him to stop doing that so you can do better and do right. Just say it like that. You know what I'm saying? Our people, we put spells on each other, man. We really do, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. You know what I'm saying? I've been a victim of this myself. I ain't gonna lie. That's how I know about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, when I was coming into enlightenment, I you know, I challenged. You know what I'm saying? I challenged people. It ain't like I was being disrespectful, but the questions I would ask, of course, I knew they couldn't answer. And I'm wondering, like, okay, so if you don't know that, then why you believe this type deal? And honestly, that's the wrong thing to do, man. That's the wrong thing to do. Cause most people, if they believe and they completely believe it, you might well just let them be. Don't even challenge what they believe. Let them believe it. And I had to learn in the hard way. Cause why? I got abandoned by my family. Why? Because they Christians. You know what I'm saying? They go to church every Sunday or whatever. I was doing it, you know what I'm saying, for so long. You see what I'm saying? Until I realized, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? This is all some facade stuff that somebody gave us from losing a war, mentally and spiritually. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it is what it is, but it's crazy because now that the Aboriginal American Atlantis information is spreading across the nation, now people in my family are starting to see what I'm talking about. And I'm much appreciated of it. But doggone, I mean, man, y'all, you know what I'm saying? I really got abandoned. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. Like I had to be homeless for a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Living on the streets. It wasn't like I said, I wasn't living on the streets, but I mean, you know, I had to stay with a cousin here, hook up with a lady here, you know, if I could, or shoot, if I had to, you know, spend a night at grandma's house, you know what I'm saying? Or go sleep at other cousin's house, you know what I'm saying? Now I stayed with some clothes, you know, I stayed fresh. You know what I'm saying? I stayed looking like ain't nothing wrong, but I was homeless. You know what I'm saying? Uh I was homeless and it was more so, you know, didn't nobody want to help me do anything or accomplish nothing. I had to do everything on my own, riding the bus to look for a job and all this and that. Uh, Shoot, even with that, when I did get a job, you know, I mean, type of person I am, you know, I'm respectful. But as soon as somebody disrespect me, I don't care if you is telling me what to do. You ain't gonna tell me to do it disrespectfully, and I'm gonna ask you to talk to me respectfully. And if you got a problem with that, then yeah, I'm gonna let you know. We can go ahead and handle this like men. I don't care or need this job, and I've done that. You know what I'm saying? And to me, you know, I'm just, you know, maybe I'm not the type to be working for nobody because I don't. I work for myself, me and my fam, you know, we got our business. I help people really more with domestic situations anyway. You know what I'm saying? I really get paid pretty much for therapy in a sense, from from teenagers to people, older than me, man. Uh it's just, something that I guess, I was called to do. And I've been doing it really anyway, pretty much, since I became into knowing, you know what I'm saying? So it's just more so of that, man. We gotta really just understand each other's levels in different ways of how we think. Some people just ain't had, the experience to really see certain things, you know, in the angles they need to. So it's more so, really just building them up the best way you can. But you're not supposed to kill yourself doing it at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's just more so of that, man. I know ain't nobody want to hit the link. I know we be like, man, I don't go live too much. It just be for more so really making sure everybody's straight, man, and everybody really enjoying themselves. You know what I'm saying? Keeping everybody clear headed, man, to where you can go ahead and go about your day the right way, in joy and peace and with true love, because that's all I had to give. You know what I'm saying? But y'all already know anybody that's against us, who willing to stand against our chain of spiritual connections that we have, is gonna definitely get it bad right about these times, because you know, our connection to the cosmos and to the earth and to our ancestors is getting even stronger because of, people coming into awareness of who they really are, man, and really representing, you know, our people instead of another culture or nation, man. So much respect to everybody, man. Hey, it's getting warm. Happy New Year. Cause y'all know my New Year's the spring. You know what I'm saying? So fire your grills up. You know what I'm saying? Bring out the baseball bats, your volleyball nets. Shit, let's meet at the park, shoot some ball. You know what I'm saying? Get a flag tournament or whatever. You know, fish fries, swimming pools. You know what I'm saying? We lit. We out here this year, man. You know what I'm saying? They tried to shut us down for like 2 years, man. So, uh, which they really didn't shut nothing down because I was still out here. You know what I'm saying? Did I get sick? I mean, I think I caught something. I don't think it was COVID though, but because I was okay. Now, people around me, of course, yeah. But at the same time, did I get the vaccine? No. Did my children? No. You know what I'm saying? But did people around me? Yes, they did. So, you know what I'm saying? To each his own, man. Main thing, stay healthy, stay ecological to where you at. You know what I'm saying? Stay in touch with your family, whether they like you or not, because either way, somebody in the fam gonna deal with you. Somebody gonna vibe with you. Y'all know we mostly be the outcast because we really carry some of the oldest energy that we have in our families. That's why we here. That's why we showed up. That's what we came to do. We came to help get our people back in line so they can start a good generational progress. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. Much salute to the chat, man. I'm glad y'all rock with me for a few, man. Y'all know how we do, man. I'm gonna try to get back in it. Try to get my boy A1 back on the scene, and we might get back into examining more of, our history and our culture. You know what I'm saying? What we came to bring and what we had to offer, man. Uh, so y'all know how it is, man. Much respect, much love, much unity to everybody, man. Salute, yo. Salute the Lou Era grassroots. You already know, man. B. Amos. Salute. Black Wolf. You already know. Got it supreme. Maurice Miller. The ancient one. Wilmore Reed. Y'all already know, man. Chickahominy. The supreme. Hey, man. I appreciate y'all, man. It's been, a little quick one, but it's just something to use in case anybody keep want to give you these fake, weak narratives about, you know, somebody coming here and just taking stuff. Like that ain't the case. If anything, it happened through association and by actually allowing certain people that you did associate with to do business in your area. That's mostly how a lot of this stuff started to happen. And then they start flooding us out with all type of their people or whoever, sneaking them in as time went on. So, not only that, just everyday life itself, man. But you talking about thousands of years of really taking care of land and the people, not only people but animals. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave y'all with that, man. Much respect and salute, y'all. Peace.